Okay, so I hear we're live. This is Sarah Baptist, urban landscape artist, and this is the last of Open Studio virtual tour sessions of this weekend. We've done part 1 and part 2 of a guided tour. Those are available for replay. If you'd like to see the art in my home and me talk about them and some of my process, my background, please check out the video posts that are on my page. They will also be on my YouTube channel. If you didn't know, I do have a YouTube channel, so just Google Sarah Baptist on YouTube and you can find them there. And last night I also did a session with my plein air setup. We talked a little bit about plein air. And tonight, again, we are in my art studio. This is in my home. And we're just gonna look around the studio a little bit, talk a little bit about paint and stuff. So, here we are. We'll just take a look around. So, this is an easel wall that I installed, I think, 2 years ago. And I love this thing. So I just have, I have these pieces of wood that have an angle on them. And I put these on the back of the panels, and it's just a cleat system. And I can hang, you can see, I can hang 4, 5, 6 pieces of my panels on this and work on them at a time. So it's really great. I love it. I have lots of room. I used to have 2 or 3 easels in here, and that of course is floor space. It was very crowded, so I love my easel wall. And so the easel wall is there. I have a red chair over here. I have I do some painting. I go sit in my red chair, stare and contemplate. If you don't know, half the artwork is done staring at paintings, trying to figure out what the heck you just did and what to do next. So this is a little cabaret. I screwed a bigger piece of plywood on it. All my paints are in these drawers. This is blue and brown. Well, this is mostly brown and white, and this is blues and greens, and these are warm colors. I mostly use Rembrandt brand paint. That doesn't really mean anything, it's just a brand. I really like the consistency of it. And I use freezer paper. That's one of my tricks. I just tear off a hunk of freezer paper and tape it down. And when it gets junky, like this one is just about, I'll pick it up, throw it away, and then put down a new piece, and I'm ready to go. So rather than cleaning a palette and having a piece of glass, that's really standard. That's what a lot of artists, fine artists do. But me, I just use freezer paper. So this is not permanent at all. This is just, I have one of those cleats on the back of this board, and I put it here, and then I have, these are just, pieces of wood I have sitting here. So when I want, when I want a table, I can have a table. When I don't want a table, I just take this apart and stick it in a corner. So it's very flexible space, which is awesome. That's what I enjoy about it. This is my little spot. So I have all my art books here. You can see I have a desk area. So being an artist, actually, there's a lot of the business part, website, blogs, newsletters, emails. I do that in here as well. So a little bit of everything. And then shelves where when I do my plein air work and they need a little bit of time to dry, I can just put them up here on the shelf. And so here we go. And then I do have a little utility sink right around the corner. So I can clean everything up, and everything's handy. So I'm very blessed with this wonderful space. So if you're tuning in a little late, I just want to say Sarah Baptist, and we're doing the last session of my live virtual tour. This is my open studio number 5, and this whole virtual tour thing is new to me. It's been really fun this year. I've had just, it's been a wonderful weekend, and I appreciate everybody's support. I've had people buy things on the website. We've had people calling in, call me and email, and you guys on Facebook have been wonderfully supportive, so I thank you for watching now, and if you're watching later, thank you as well. So, what we're going to do now, we're going to talk a little bit about why this table is here, which is, I've been talking through the tour a little bit about my fascination with abstract art, and so this summer I took an online class, and I'll give a shout out to Larry Moore, and the class was his class, and it was through Chesapeake Fine Art Studios, and Chesapeake Fine Art Studios has some really fantastic teachers, some really good online classes for a really inexpensively. So that's something to check out if you're interested in some online classes. And Larry Moore in this abstract class really inspired me. So I'm just gonna show you. So what these are is this is obviously a photograph, and so that is an inspiration picture. So from that photograph, I did, believe it or not, wrong. I gotta get the right, okay, here we are. I did this whole page of small little studies. So if you can look, it's really just about taking that photograph and not really thinking, just taking like this street. If you look, you see that the street is there, and just kind of breaking down the shapes, being very loose about it, and then taking colors that you have on your palette, and there's a lot more to it, and anyway, I did all of these just based off of that photograph, and I think I did about 3 pages like this, and these aren't just one shot. I did a pass of these, and then I'd go back in and add more colors. Some of these, like this guy, I went over and over and over, and obviously just kind of killed it. So some of them are not at all successful, but some of them I kind of, you kind of like. So I took this one in particular and decided to then enlarge it. So from this one, I then did all of these. So again, this is days worth of, I taped it out, I do a layer, it was thinner paint, this is gouache, and I did some pen, I did some pencil, there's some acrylic in some of them, but it's mostly gouache paint, so this is not oil. And I do a thin layer, let it dry, come back in and do another layer in some places, maybe do some pencil work. It's just about layering and totally just reacting to what is there, and it's just a fun exercise. It's just totally responsive, and it's just fun to do. So I did these pages, and I realized that in this example, I realized everything had circles in it, and I didn't like that. So I decided to try one differently, and so I did this page. So I just think it's an interesting progression. It gave me a way into abstraction. So from this one picture, I have all of these variations, and it was like playing. It's like playing in the mud for a painter. So I thought that might be interesting for you to see. Here's another example of a photograph and a page of little studies I did. So sometimes you can just like look at I just look at like that shape, and I kind of came up with this shape. Or you can look at different parts and just kind of draw in, and then just take colors, and it's like very freeing. So I'm having fun doing that and experimenting, and it's so kind of totally opposite in a way from plein air, where I'm looking and putting color on. This is just playing. So if there are any questions out there too, I just want to say, if you're out there watching and you have any questions or comments, please comment in that box, because we like to know you're there. Facebook loves to know that you're watching us, so that helps us out too. So anyway, so then the other thing, and then if you want to see, is that? I'm playing with some abstracts up there. These are just some other things I've been playing with. So then we'll come over on this side. Mitchell's having trouble following me today because I don't know what I'm doing. That's fine. So here I was going to show you tonight some small plein airs I've been working on. These are all 6" by 6" urban landscapes. Now, as you know, I am an urban landscape artist. It's what I love to do. We talked about today that that's what I love to do. I love to unveil the ordinary and the extraordinary. I like to take scenes that people see every single day in their lives and paint those. I see a certain beauty in those. I see a rhythm. I see design, and I love to explore that and reveal that to people that, people don't pay attention to what they see every single day. And it's fun for me to do that, and I see it and I paint it, and then I see people look at the paintings and their eyes light up and they go, "Oh, I never saw that way." And that's just the fun for me, and I hope that that's what you get out of my paintings. So, or an awareness. I actually just got an email from somebody who sent me a picture that they were like, "I don't know if it's your paintings or what, but I just saw this," and they just wanted to share that, something that they saw that they thought was really cool in the landscape, that was an urban kind of vibe, and I just thought that was so neat that they wanted to share that with me, and that they're more aware of their environment and those kinds of scenes because they've been exposed to my artwork. So that's so cool. warms my heart. So, so these paintings in particular, I want to talk a little bit about what's coming up in my future. If you're a subscriber of mine or you've been watched me at all, you know that I did a project called 25 Days of Minis last year, which is a holiday online gallery, and I'm going to be doing that again this year. It happens in December. It's 40 plus artists, and from December 1st to Christmas, every single day, all 40 artists have one piece of art that is revealed. They're all small pieces of art under $500, and if you go to 25daysofminis.com, you can sign up and you'll get an email 6 o'clock in the morning with all the new art. It's a wonderful way to be exposed to new artists, see all sorts of different kinds of art. I'm going to be doing that again, and you're getting a sneak peek. Some of these will be in there this year. I'm going to be doing some plein air and some abstracts. That's what I did last year, and that's what I'm going to do again this year. People really seem to enjoy both aspects of what I do. So you can also just sign up for my email list at sarahbaptistart.com, and I do some blogs and notifications about what my process is and what I'm up to. So that's a good way to also keep up to date on what's coming up, and especially that 25 Days of Minis, because that's going to be really cool this year. So sign up. So what else is going on? The other thing I wanted to mention, if you're local to Wilmington, Delaware, is I actually do have a solo show coming up in 12 days at Marketplace Gallery, downtown Wilmington, Delaware. It is at Orange and 9th Street. So that's going to be a lot of fun. It will be part of Art Loop. We will be having a reception on October 2nd. Again, you can check out my website. More information will be there. I hope to see some of you. If you're local, stop by. It'll be a reception from 5 to 8 p.m. So we have some things coming up in the fall. That's always nice, and hopefully, this has been a wonderful experience. I hope you've enjoyed the virtual tour. It's been a new experience for me. I have seen some people book some appointments, and it's been fun to share that one-on-one time, but this is a new way of doing things. And I've enjoyed the comments I've gotten. Thank you very much for that. If you're watching on replay, you can still comment. I'll get those comments, and I appreciate that also. And just in wrapping up, again, I appreciate your support. I think art is just a wonderful way for us to share. I think it's really important in these times. It's a way for us to be inspired and be uplifted every single day of our life. So I hope you agree with that, and I hope you have art in your life, and that's all. We all need some art and creativity in our life. I just feel like that's very important, and I love sharing my art with you. So thank you, and check out sarahbaptistart.com.